5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
This is Two with a... And here's your hosts, Brian and Chris.
Welcome back to another episode of Two Bleeps with a Mic. And with me today and forever, a man whose solution to every sports crisis is to trade away and fire Spo. My co-host, Brian. How you doing, buddy?
You know, buddy, it's hard being right all the time. It's tough. Not lightly. Not lightly.
It's your cross to bear.
It is. It's tough being right about everything about, Miami sports especially. So it's tough. But I'm happy to be here, buddy. I'm happy to be back. We've had a nice culmination of the NFL season's over. NBA's
mercifully
All-Star break, Woof, what a bad ending, huh?
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty brutal watch for the first half. Tough.
I mean, it went like how everybody thought it would go, except for me. I thought the Patriots were going to be sneaky good, and I thought that was a sexy pick. And Mina Kimes let me down because she convinced me that Drake May should have been MVP. And did he not look like the MVP at all? He
surely didn't. He was running for his life damn near the whole night. Shout out Will Campbell. That Seattle defense was all up in his,
Yeah, they were the best defense in the league all year. They showed it.
In the league. They looked every part of it. Jason Myers for a half was looking to be the Super Bowl MVP.
He's still my MVP. Still
might be MVP.
I mean, Kenneth Walker, great. He did great. A bunch of yards. Well, I think most since Terrell Davis, so it was fine. But, I mean, 5 for 5 from Jason Myers. Just 5 for 5 in the clutch. Just bailing out Sam Darnold left and right. Perfect on extra points. Perfect on field goals. And what's his name? The punter?
The punter.
The Aussie guy?
Yeah, money, man. He pinned them in the 5. What was it? Like 3 times?
Yeah, I mean, the greatest punting performance I think I've ever seen. I think they should have had 2 MVP awards and given it both to the kicker and the punter, and that's it.
Special teams clinic.
Oh my goodness, what a game by them. But yeah, man, what a horrible Super Bowl. Like, I was hoping for a good game, but it was just bad. Like, all the way around bad. The first half was 12-0. It was 4 field goals, right?
I think it was 9-0.
9-0 in the half. It was awful. Like, the Seahawks weren't doing anything. The Patriots were going backwards. Like, it was just atrocious, I think.
Yeah, I don't think they crossed the 50 until the end of the first quarter or the second quarter or something, whatever that was. It was 9-0 at the half. Just, they were stuck in neutral. And then Sam Darnold, didn't have the capitulating play where, there's Sam Darnold. We talked about it.
Yeah, he was great.
There's that old Sam Darnold. He didn't have that moment. He did just enough, to win the game, made enough.
He did what he was supposed to do, what Drake May didn't do. Drake May made a bunch of mistakes. Sam Darnold didn't make a single mistake. He made always the right pass, always the right read. And he won. And to be honest, he didn't need to do more than that because he already won the first Super Bowl. So to me, he's back-to-back champion. Because he won the first Super Bowl in the NFC Championship game against the Rams. He was better than Stafford in that game, right? Like, he was slinging it in that game. Incredible performance. You're like, I can't believe that's Sam Darnold. You thought maybe it was like, prime Aaron Rodgers wearing a mask or something like Scooby-Doo, And then he goes to the actual Super Bowl and wins that one just perfectly fine. And
then ultimately, the right process was rewarded, which I am relieved to say. Seattle was, if not the best team, they're among 2 best teams in the league the entire year. So, it's good to see that the right team won. Patriots still had a good year. They still have a lot to build on, as much as it pains me to say.
Yeah, I mean, they're back.
But the right team won, and that's all that carried. I mean, it was not a fun game. It was not an aesthetically pleasing game. It was much of a drudge of a game throughout the night. In fact, in my Super Bowl party, I came up with the rule that for every punt, you had to take a drink. And boy, did that rule ever hit. And none of the other rules hit like that one. So shout out
Yeah, I
to
mean,
me
it was just an awful game, but I think
seeing
it's
that.
like perfectly encapsulates the season. Like this NFL season was like, none of the good people are there, and it was set up for Josh Allen to like do his Josh Allen thing and be the hero and save us all from this bad NFL season because no Lamar, no Patrick Mahomes, and then he chokes, and we're left with Sam Darnold and Drake May. And
Just like we all predicted,
yeah, and it was that. Like it was just that game is exactly what the NFL season deserved this year. It was just not a good season for anybody. So
But
yeah.
yeah, I mean, it was underwhelming, but I feel like this year was such a tilt towards the NFC, where we came into the season with the AFC being such a juggernaut coming off of the year prior. And it just didn't play out that way, right? Like KC took a step back. Buffalo was going through their own,
The Ravens are terrible.
their own things. Baltimore didn't have a great season. They had actually a pretty bad season by their standards. So overall, it was just a bad season for the AFC. And then you had the two best teams all year were in the NFC West. And, one of them was the one that ended up being the Super Bowl champion. So, congratulations, Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, they deserve it. Good for them. Good for the city. All that good stuff. Congratulations. I guess the best part of the game was Bad Bunny representing for everybody. It was a great show. A bunch of stars out there. Pedro Pascal was out there. Also, what was missed, I saw all the Twitter posts like, Cardi B was there and Karol G and Pedro Pascal and Jessica Alba randomly. All these people were there. Nobody was mentioning Ronald Acuna Jr. was just out there.
Oh, I saw someone mention that in passing. I was like, oh, Ronald Acuna.
And nobody goes, who was this black guy that was taking pictures with all of the artists? I'm like, it's Ronald Acuna Jr. Dude's like 50 bombs a year. He's right there.
There you go.
I don't know why he was there.
That's baseball marketing in a nutshell.
Yeah, incredible. Nobody knows who that guy is, and that guy's probably top 5 baseball player we've ever seen, probably. Incredible guy. So, yeah, it was fun. I thought it was a good show. I'm surprised at some of the songs he played.
Yeah, I mean, I thought he would go a little bit deeper, but I'm not surprised. I figured that he would go with a lot more of the more recent stuff. Being
Well, I mean,
a lot of it
to be
just
fair, that's one of
worldwide.
the best albums in a long time. Like start to finish, you can play that album. Like he played the "Lo Que Pasó a Hawaii," that song, which was like deep in the album. I didn't think he was going to do that, which he brought out our boy Ricky Martin for.
Which I totally did not recognize. Like I had to
Because of the
double take.
beard and stuff. Yeah,
I was like, "Who is that?" That's Ricky Martin.
yeah, Ricky Martin. As soon as I saw him, I was like, "Oh shit, it's Ricky Martin." I was
Somehow
like, "Oh,
stuck
great."
in 1999 still.
Yeah, but it was
Like
great.
his
But
face is still stuck in
by the way,
1999.
a shout out to him for bringing him on because that's like the OG crossover Latino guy that took over the world. Because remember he performed for the '98 World Cup, and then all his songs out, living La Vida Loca, and all that shit was out. Like everybody knows who Ricky Martin is. White people, brown, everybody knows who Ricky Martin is.
I wonder how many people actually recognize him.
No, he's still
Considering he wasn't on film on TV that long. Like
no, but
you blinked and he was gone.
He's been part of like the zeitgeist still. Like he still shows up on television every once in a while. Like it's still Ricky Martin. So I don't think it was like a delayed thing. I thought he was trying too hard in singing. I was like, all right, Ricky Martin, like push it back a little bit, buddy. It's just I don't know if you heard the original, but the singing on the original is not that great either. Like you don't need to go over the top. But it was cool he brought him out. I did like that he put the little Don Omar and Daddy Yankee mix in there. I got scared for a second because I was going to say this is the greatest halftime show ever. Those two came out.
Yeah, I thought for a second he was going to bring out Tego Calderon. Yeah, and I was like, okay.
He brought out Don Omar and Tego Calderon and Daddy Yankee. I mean, I would have fainted probably. Yeah. It was like the, what was the halftime show with Snoop Dogg and Fat 50 Cent hanging upside down? And that halftime show was one of the greatest ones ever.
That was the Bengals Rams Super Bowl, I think it was.
Yeah, maybe it's like Nostalgia 101, but yeah.
Yeah, it was just a bunch of old 50-year-old rappers.
But like, I thought the show was really good. It was well done. Bad Bunny was great. The message was great. All that great stuff. I loved like all the culture stuff in it, which was like the little kid sleeping on
the chairs and being told to wake up.
That hit home.
We've all been that kid.
We've all been that kid at whatever baptism, wedding, or whatever. It's like Hispanic people should not have kids out at 2:00 in the morning out at a party, but we do it anyways, and it's so great. I've been that kid. You've been that kid. It's just, I was like, oh, to see that on television,
yeah,
like in the biggest thing ever on TV. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. Like that was cool. The old men playing dominoes, like the bodega, all the street vendors. Like I was like, oh, the light poles.
The people dressed up as grass.
Yeah, people dressed up as grass, like the sugarcane thing. That was awesome. I'm not from Puerto Rico, but that's what they do. But like all this stuff is kind of universal. The light pole thing with the power going out,
yeah,
is great. I mean, Dominican Republic, like we notoriously bad power grid back in the day, and still does. But like that right there was like, oh, this is all like childhood stuff summed up. I thought it was really cool. Yeah, I thought it was super cool. I really enjoyed it. He did great. Now, I don't know if I should say this because I don't want to betray my people, but we're kind of past all the political stuff. Who cares? And we have to support Bad Bunny no matter what, right?
Right, and Lady Gaga.
Yeah. Oh, Lady Gaga. Thank God you brought that up, buddy. Lady Gaga.
What was she doing there, bro? Can you explain to me qué pinta ella there?
I'm not a huge Lady Gaga fan, but I respect her because she's a legit musician. She went to Juilliard. Like, she's legit, right? She's really good. But to me, it sounded like Bruno Mars is busy. Because he's half Puerto Rican, right? Bruno Mars is busy. Then they go and get Lady Gaga to sing the song. And Lady Gaga comes and, like, I guess at the rehearsal, she was like, all right, let's just do Bad Bunny's like, you want to practice salsa? I'm like, no, I think I got it. That's what, to me, what happened. And then she just started dancing. And I'm like, the thing with, I mean, what are you doing here? What is this? When I saw that, I mean, I was like, I got, the arrangement was so good. The song, by the way, Die With A Smile, they need to re-record it, the salsa version, because the original version sucks compared to the salsa version. The salsa version's amazing. But, I mean, I was distracted by her dancing.
Yeah, I mean, it was a lot of hand motions and not really doing a whole lot.
It was just...
It's like one of those people that, you know, they move their head and they gyrate. It's like, you know, that video online where the guy is making coffee or whatever, like the Indian guy, and he's just... He's pretending that he's moving fast, but in reality, he's not moving any faster. It was kind of like that.
It was a tough watch. Like, again, all respect to Lady Gaga. Salute to Lady Gaga. It's great. But not for me. You know what I'm saying? Not for me. Like, it
didn't hit. It didn't hit the mark.
The song, amazing. Like, it's already a good song, but they just made it an incredible song. Everybody wants them to release a salsa version of that song. They should. It was an incredible arrangement. Good job. It made the song so much better, but my God, it would have been so much better at Bruno Mars. Too bad. I think he's like busy in Las Vegas or whatever. But
yeah, he's paying off gambling debts.
So, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, that was tough. But man, to be honest, like the show was good. And this is probably why I won't see Bad Bunny live. Like, Bad Bunny live is not like, he's one of those artists that his music is better like on the album. It's not.
Yeah, he's better. He's an aux chord artist. Yeah. Right? Like he's not a performer.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. If I had
the whole performance really was made for TV. Like if you see videos of people in the stands and it's like, all right, what's going on? I see a bunch of moving sugarcane.
Yeah.
And him falling through a roof of a house. And you're just in the seats like, what's going on? Meanwhile, like we're having an amazing experience at home, but the poor people in the stands that pay, you know, God knows how much for their tickets are like, what's going on?
I mean, again, like I would, if I had the opportunity to go to a Bad Bunny concert, I'm not going to say no because, you know, Bad Bunny for the culture or whatever, and I'm sure it's going to be a freaking great time. But like, I felt better about what's her name? Show to me was better. Like a better production. I feel like Bad Bunny's people wasted the money on like doing the recording of him like falling through an apartment.
Yeah.
They like, a couple of those short videos or whatever.
Yeah.
And I feel like they spent money on that more than like, I mean, it was still good production. Like, again, everything was laid out very well. He had his house, little casita thing that he has on tour. It was awesome. Like, there was nothing wrong with the performance. I just think that for the Super Bowl, the Shakira J-Lo one to me was probably better. Like a better production.
It just wasn't a good production for a Super Bowl. It was a good production for those of viewing at home, and if you made a music video, like great. But for a Super Bowl where you're expecting some sort of a performance, and maybe that's just a sign of where things are today as far as the act itself, it wasn't made for those that were in attendance. It was made for those that were watching at home, and I
think that's the
that's
thing
where it missed the mark for people that were there.
Yeah, like I felt like I was at a Bad Bunny concert and not so much at like a spectacle. Which again, don't at me, Latino people. I'm still for the culture, Platino power, all that good stuff. I'm for the culture, but like just objectively, like Rihanna was pregnant and she was lifted.
Yeah, she was like flying through the air.
Even what's her name, the white girl that thinks that she's an astronaut.
Katy Perry.
Katy Perry. Remember when she came out like in a full dragon breathing fire?
Yeah, with the whale. Wasn't that with the shark or something?
I don't know, but she came out with something breathing fire. And I'm like, yeah, that's what I want to see.
Yeah, performance.
I want to see spectacle. Something Katy Perry could never do at a tour or whatever. That's what I want to see. Rihanna on pregnant on a stage that gets lifted into the air that, God forbid, if anything happens, she's dead on the spot. That's what I want to see. You know? And then
we didn't get that.
Shakira and J-Lo's thing was awesome because it was just hit after hit after hit and them shaking their ass. That's what we want to see out of them, right? Like just hit. They did that. The one with Beyonce came out with the white people. Was it Maroon 5 or Coldplay or one of those two? Coldplay and Bruno Mars came out. Beyonce came out with like a whole marching band and shit. Like that's the shit we want to see. But I mean, it was just, and Bad Bunny again. It's still top 5 performances, I think. It's like MJ, Rihanna.
Yeah, no one's touching the Michael Jackson one.
Yeah, I mean, he had people, he had doubles like on top of the screens on the corners. It's insane. Charlie Puth, a shout out. This is not on the list, but Charlie Puth for the
national anthem.
National anthem, shout out. It was great. I think he's an incredible musician. Very well done. Also, I did see that somebody cheated with the the prop bet every year of how long the national anthem.
Oh yeah, the like just degeneracy at its finest.
Somebody went
how long it's gonna be
to the sound check, right? To the rehearsal, timed it with a stopwatch.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, you can't do that. Like that, they should give everybody back the money and not pay out anybody anything. You can't do that and put that on the internet. That guy should be arrested.
You know what? I am not against it. I'm all for a little bit of anarchy. And considering all these the proliferation of all these gambling sites now.
Yeah.
You know what? It's good that every now and then that the little guy gets
I get it, but that kid is probably dead somewhere in a ditch right now.
Maybe.
They probably found him already.
Or banned from every betting site ever. Yeah. Who's we might not never see him again. But what he did a service to the people.
Again, I agree completely, but he's probably dead. That's why you don't do those things.
And degenerates will love you, for that.
Sure, but we forgot his name already. Probably, I don't even know his name. But yes, that was Super Bowl.
For him.
Terrible game. Awesome halftime performance. Shout out to Charlie Puth. Is it Puth? I think so.
Puth.
Shout out him. Shout outs to the other thing, another gambling thing, is they showed the Gatorade being mixed before it got dumped on the coach. It ruined the whole gambling. Like the thing you that's one of the things that you hold. Right, you do that national anthem in the beginning, and you do which color the Gatorade bath is at the end. And it's one of those things where like you're in a Super Bowl party surrounded by a bunch of people, and everybody's like, all right, people are checking out. People are like, I told you this and that. You're like, shut up. I need to sit down. I need to see what color Gatorade it is. All of a sudden, there's a shot of some girl mixing Gatorade, and you're like, well, there it goes. We know it's going to be the yellow color. That ruined the end of the game. It was already a bad game, bad Super Bowl. You knew who was going to win, and you're like, all right, I have one more thing to hold on to. And, I mean, they were just ruining stuff in the Super Bowl. I mean,
that, and coupled with the fact that they were playing, I mean, and it's been a thing for like a few years now, too, where you see commercials that are going to get aired in the Super Bowl like days before.
Oh, I'm so tired of that.
So there's like the Jurassic Park one,
right,
with the whole Xfinity thing and whatnot, like just an example. And by the way, like the commercials this year, like I'm at the age now where I just don't care about them anymore. Like the fact that we
Yeah,
watch the biggest sporting event in North America, right? This is our like our thing in the US, right? This is our event. And the biggest talking point every year is not about the game, but there's articles printed about what the best commercials were
yeah.
for
I mean,
that game.
I never really
And
cared,
it's
and I
like,
care
and it
less.
makes me pause to think and reflect, like, what are we doing? What are we doing really? Because no other sporting event does this, right? We don't do this for the World Cup. We don't do this for Champions League. We don't do this for anything else. But the
Well,
Super
it's
Bowl,
strictly American thing.
because it costs you, $8 million or whatever it is now for a 30-second spot. Like, let's
Yeah, so
rank the
I
10
was reading
best.
about that because one commercial was them karaoke Backstreet Boys, and at the end of it,
Yeah,
you're like, "Who the hell is this?" And at the
the
end, it was like
Coinbase one.
Coinbase. So I looked up how much the commercials were this year, right? Because that was always interesting to me, like how much these people are paying. Now it's $8 to $10 million per commercial, anything around there, and NBC forced people who paid for a commercial to also pay for future events on NBC. So the commercial didn't cost them $8 million. $8 million plus whatever the rest of the commercials are going to cost them for every other event. Like they have to. They are locked into a contract to play commercials at their other events. So NBC probably just sold 60 to 70% of their commercials for all of 2026 with the Super Bowl, which is insane.
I mean,
It's
I
like,
have no words anymore for
I mean, it's kind of an $8 million to put up a karaoke thing. Coinbase, what are we doing? That's how you know
I
they
mean,
have no money.
I actually thought it was pretty clever. The fact that they had like the whole record scratch moment where it's like Coinbase after everyone was in it, singing Backstreet Boys. I thought it was pretty cool.
Coinbase ruined
But
it for me.
I'm just over the idea in general that we look forward to commercials. And now where we live in a society where our attention spans are so cooked that this is like the last thing that we should be, celebrating and looking forward to.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's ever going to die. I mean, except for, when the Super Bowl moves to whatever streaming service it does in like the next 5 years, probably.
Right. When the Super Bowl's on Netflix in 6 years, yeah.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, man. Super Bowl is what it is. The season was terrible. Speaking of horrible, horrible, horrible seasons, your favorite team of all time?
They were busy. They've gotten busy the last few days. They've
They
been busy.
did. They made all the right moves.
Yeah,
I
they
wouldn't say
moved on.
discounted because we're paying a lot of money in dead money, but
Moving on to our favorite Miami Dolphins.
listen,
Yeah, they
I'm
moved
gonna
on.
stop you right there because I know what you're gonna say.
What am I gonna say? Tell me.
This is all the right moves. You're very happy that they're.
But you already said that for me.
That's fine. I get it. Here's my thing. All right, and this is why I don't care enough. We're doing this again. 26 years in, we're doing this again. New coach, new GM, cut everybody, clean house, get a not as high as a pick as you thought because this guy's going to bring in Malik Willis, and
It's
Malik
for
Willis is going to
real.
do things, and you're going to win 7 games, and you're going to pick a 13 to 15, and that's it. Like, that's what they're going to do. No matter, they can throw out a freaking middle school football team, and that team will somehow find a way to not get the number 1 pick and win 7 to 8 games. Like, that is the Miami Dolphins. So the fact that you see every other team, the Seahawks, you see all these other teams be bad and then be good, or have something to show for being bad, right?
But the Seahawks weren't bad. That's the thing.
No. But what I'm saying is, there's every other team sans the Browns, because the Browns are a worse organization than the Dolphins. But every other team has something to show for how bad they have been. There is no team that has been bad for as long as the Dolphins that have nothing to show for it. Again, minus the Browns. But even the Browns have Myles Garrett. There has not been a single player on the Dolphins for the last 26 years, again, a quarter of a century
There's
plus
been a
one,
few.
that there's not a single player that has any value. None.
I mean, they've put out a few Hall of Famers, but besides the point, right? They moved on from Tyreek. That was expected. They moved on from Chubb. That was sort of
Yes.
expected. They moved on from James Daniels. That
Actually,
one caught me a little
losing
bit.
money on that one.
That one caught me a little bit off guard, but you have a guy that's played 3 snaps in the last 2 years because he's coming off an Achilles a year prior, and he played 3 snaps,
And he just got an extension last March.
and he got 3 years, at 24 million, and okay, fine, you take your L there. And who was the other guy? Nick Westbrook-Akine, who you signed for peanuts anyways, but even that signing was a dud, and you got zero ROI on that return on that signing. So all in all, you cut 4 guys that contributed between 0 to very little in this team winning 7 games last year. So they'll be better off for it. They're officially kicking off their things their way, and we'll see what happens.
But you see, you're not even that excited. Like this.
But what am I supposed to be excited about?
It's starting to break
cut
you.
a bunch of guys.
But you've always been hope peddler guy, right? And you are sitting here like not even that excited because we're here again. My thing is not the moves are correct. Like I don't want to argue about the moves or this is great for the new regime. I don't care. It's the fact that we're doing this again.
You're doing it again
for the 26th year in a row, right? And we have nothing to show for it, and we're going to do it again. Like everybody does, it's the same thing. We get a coach, we fire a coach. We get a GM, we fire a GM. You still have no quarterback. In that time, you've never gotten a quarterback. You've never gotten a single player that's worth any good. Like it's just, you have nothing to show for it. And people are like, oh, well, you got to give them a chance to rebuild. Why? Why do we have to pay attention to anything? They just rebuild the last 9 years with Chris Greer. Tell me what you have to show for it with Chris Greer for the last 9 years. Nothing.
We don't have anything. We don't have anything to show for it. You had one fun season in 2023, which you put all your chips in, and all the wheels eventually fell off that wagon. And you've been trying to pick up the pieces since, and now you had to go, to not a full blown reset. I'm not saying it's a full blown reset, but it's a reset.
It doesn't matter if it's full blown half. It doesn't matter. It's the same thing we've been doing, and that's why it breeds no hope, no confidence, no nothing. Right? Like it is even the Jets, who are a horrible franchise, in those 26 years went to 2 AFC Championship games. Okay, and those people can always hang their hat on those years. We have 0 playoff wins, like 4 playoff appearances. And one of them was a Chad Pennington. Like,
that was a fun year too.
What am I doing? Like, what are we doing here?
But really, what did you expect me to come in here and peddle to you? I mean,
to tell me how great it
is
to have a coach.
4 guys on bloated contracts or dead money, and they cut them, and that's it. Like that's all it is. It's 4 transactions that happened. They're officially kicking kicking things underway.
Chubb in before the trade deadline. Didn't do that. Should have traded Tyreek Hill. Didn't do that.
But they tried to trade Tyreek, and even after he tried to peace out after the Jets game last year, and they tried to move him and didn't have any takers because he tanked his own value too, and nobody wanted a receiver with $50 million.
Yeah, but look now, he's got released, and the same day they're all like, there's 800 teams that want him, and like deservedly so. Deservedly so. Like he's still listen. I can't say that getting Tyreek Hill was a failure because I don't think it was. Like you did the thing,
right? But it's what it cost you.
No, again, I do understand. Yes, it cost way too much to get him. It cost a lot to get Bradley Chubb, and you have nothing, 0 playoff victories to show for it. I get it, right? But that's just because the Dolphins franchise is right. But if you just evaluate Tyreek Hill, he's probably like the 3rd best offensive player we've ever seen in our lives here.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean,
like Marino, Ricky Williams, and then
his time here will be looked back on a lot of individual success, but that didn't lead to a lot of team success. But he was, he had his individual peak, as a Dolphin. Whether that means if he gets, on another team, I don't know. If he retires, I don't know. But it was obviously time to move.
No, I agree. The money, all the money, like again, the 100% correct moves to cut all those people, except for the Daniels one. I mean, I understand why you cut him because he's trash, but you're losing money on that one, right? You're eating a lot of money for that one. But these are also all necessary moves to get rid of Tua.
Well, I think what all of those moves mean now is that you can't cut Tua, at least not right now.
Tua cannot be on this roster when the season starts.
But you already made the preceding moves to shed salary. Now, if you take on whatever dead cap, I don't know all the figures, but if you take on the 99 million or whatever that is, you literally cannot field a roster with all the dead money that you have.
But I think that's kind of the point, is to lose to get high draft picks, right?
No, I don't think that they're going into the season trying to tank.
I think so. I mean, I think
so.
and
like I said, the 4 guys that they got rid of did little to nothing as far as contributing to the 7 wins that they got.
To be fair, Bradley Chubb was again always hurt, but he did have like 8.5 or 9.5 sacks this year, and Tyreek Hill was just his foot blew up or whatever it was.
Yeah, his knee just exploded.
Like that's you can't like say like, oh, he did nothing, right? But I understand where you're coming from. But again, like, they cut they saved like $55 million with these 4 cuts, right? That's Tua's number this year, like 54.5 or whatever. So they're doing that to, again, they don't know if they can trade this guy, but they're doing that to eat some of that money, to lessen the blow of eating the money. I think that those guys are pretty smart. I think they know they cannot go into, I mean, he said it. Remember the leaked thing on that fan event when someone asked him about the quarterback, and he said, well, we're going to have competition in the quarterback room. And
yeah, that's fine.
He started to walk that back when people started clapping. And he's like, oh, well, maybe not piss Tua off just in case we have to cleep him and say, like, oh, if Tua's here or not, we're going to have competition, blah, blah, blah. Like, I think their first thing is we have to move on from Tua, and if we can trade him for a bag of peanuts, we'll take the bag of peanuts. These moves are just regular-ass moves to eat half of that money, because they need to eat that money.
Yeah, they're going to inevitably eat the money. But what I'm saying and what I'm prepared for is I think right now, based on what they've done already, there's a non-zero chance that Tua's on the roster 2026.
No, I agree. But I think it's a lot closer to 0 than it is to 100.
Absolutely. But I think that where we were week 17 when the season ended and the clock hit 000, everyone was convinced, like, this guy is definitely not coming back. That you got to eat the money, you got to do this, but you cannot have this. And I think now with everything that's happened since, I think we should prepare ourselves to have him on the roster in 2026, whether that means he's going to compete, whether he's going to be the backup, whatever the case means. If maybe they hold on to him in hopes of, a quarterback goes down and then he becomes somewhat valuable, and then they can, dangle him in a trade or something. I don't know. But I think that's definitely now on the table. I don't think that's a foregone conclusion like it was at one point, where he was just like, all right, this guy is out of here. Send him on the first plane out of Miami. I think that's just where we are right now, for better or for worse.
I mean, it's for worse, not for better. Nothing you can say with Tua comes for better. And
hey, it's competition.
I'll give you the chance now, since we're 6 years in or whatever it is to his career, 7 years, whatever it is, to apologize about telling me to go get Tua instead of not getting Tua how I wanted it originally.
Oh, you wanted a worse quarterback in Jalen Hurts?
Yeah, he's got a Super Bowl and
okay, great
playoff wins, and Tua has let me carry the 1-0. Okay, 0 with his stupid mashed potato baby head.
He has a mashed potato baby head, but at his peak, he did not. At no point has Jalen Hurts been a better quarterback than him.
At Mike McDaniel's peak, not Tua's peak. Mike McDaniel's peak.
Before his brain turned to mush and his body broke down on him.
His brain was not mush when Brian Flores was there.
And he held his head above water as a rookie with complete incompetency in that entire offense.
I get it. But the players didn't magically get better in year 1 of Mike McDaniel. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Mike McDaniel's made him the quarterback that he was.
And what did Mike McDaniel
I don't want any credit to this piece of crap.
What did Mike McDaniel look like when it wasn't Tua playing quarterback?
It doesn't matter.
What do you mean it doesn't matter? It absolutely does matter.
Listen,
if you want to anoint our jogger God, our jogger king.
I'm not anointing him because he also made his mistakes. But if I'm ranking why this offense did good, Tua is not the reason.
So why wasn't it good when Tua wasn't operating it?
I mean, it wasn't that good to begin with because it was only good for 1 year.
But you're literally telling me that it was a number one. It was a number one
what he
offense.
is. Listen to me. It made Tua. There's no. Don't try to do this.
I'm not doing anything. You're contradicting yourself.
No, I'm not saying the team. I'm not saying that this is the greatest team of all time. Never said that. Tua was not the greatest quarterback of all time or nothing.
They had
what I am saying
offense.
is Tua's success was directly impacted by Mike McDaniels. Okay?
Sure. We all saw that, yeah.
Perfect. Okay? He is not a good quarterback, period. End of discussion. There is no, maybe. He hasn't been good. He was never good. It got masked by a new offense to a new NFL where nobody caught up until the end. Like everything else, right? Like everything else. Nobody catches, if you come out with something new, like when the Dolphins won the division because Tom Brady got hurt and Matt Castle was there and we all just came out with the Wildcat, which no one's ever seen.
Right.
What happened to that team? They won a bunch of games and then people have time to prepare and the defenses came back. And then the next year, that next season, the Dolphins were not the only team running the Wildcat. And then everybody abandoned it in halfway through the season because guess what? The defense is caught up. So I think part of it is the defense is caught up. Part of it is Mike McDaniels. A very small part was Tua. Like, I think we could have thrown out almost any quarterback in there, like a Brock Purdy or somebody, to do that. Right? Tua is just horrible. And he doesn't deserve a lick of your praise. A lick of it. Because you wasted the draft pick, and you still haven't apologized to me, to America, to Miami, that you were out here screaming in my kitchen how we should get Tua.
I've watched, yes, I remember those days, and I will not apologize because I've seen Jalen Hurts play enough quarterback that I refuse to apologize.
I've also seen him lift the Super Bowl. So
that's great. That's great because he has an omega team around him. He has the best receiving duo. He has a great offensive line. He has Saquon Barkley in the backfield. Yeah, if Tua had that, you'd be saying the same thing. Oh, it's easy to play quarterback when you have all those guys around you.
Who was drafted the year that Tua got drafted?
Joe Burrow.
Besides Justin Herbert, Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
Tua. Who's behind?
So let me ask you something. What does that make with? What do you make of McDaniel going to the Chargers then?
What do I make of him going to the Chargers?
Yeah, like what do you expect?
I can't wait for them to put 50 on the Dolphins.
I honestly I can't wait for that coach and that quarterback to be in a big time moment together. That's what I'm looking forward to.
I think it's gonna be fine.
Really?
Yeah.
The perennial choker,
here's the
Justin
thing.
Herbert, and the big come up small in a big game, Mike McDaniel.
Here's the thing. First of all, in that Kansas City Chiefs game, Tua came up small.
Okay, but Mike McDaniel has come up small in every primetime game as well.
No, I agree. Again, I'm not a Mike McDaniel defender. I think he should have been gone too, and I'm not the guy who said we should keep him.
My point.
But what I'm saying is, some coaches, Brian Flores is an example, are not good head coaches. But some are great coordinators.
Yeah.
And I think
we'll see because we haven't seen him do that.
Sure. But I think Mike McDaniel falls in that category more than he falls in the head coach category.
He could.
I think he's an offensive genius. I think that he not having the stress of having to be a head coach and do all of the admin that comes with being a head coach, like it's a lot to become a head coach. Like it's a very big step, even from offensive coordinator to head coach. Like it's a big step to be a head coach. And there's a lot of stuff that people don't see. There's a lot of admin involved. And I don't think he was good at that. I think what he's good at is go lock your ass in an office and make me the best offense ever. And he will do that. Like, I think he's perfectly he did it as a head coach with the Miami Dolphins and some trash quarterback, and they put 70 on the Broncos. Like,
yeah, you're right.
Like,
you're right, and I think that he needs the adult in the room to rein him in.
That's why I think he has Harbaugh. Like I think it's gonna be fine. These guys will run through a brick wall for Harbaugh. We know he's that kind of coach. Like they'll be fine. But I think he's gonna be great. And have Justin Herbert, like I think Justin Herbert's gonna be better because of it.
He should be at the very least.
I think he will be as long as Mike McDaniels does his job. I think he'll be miles better. And I think what I think is gonna happen is what the screaming is only gonna get louder. Unfortunately, for the Dolphins and Chris Greer and the whole Mike McDaniel, everybody, because I think Mike McDaniels is good enough to make Justin Herbert the quarterback that everybody thought he was going to be when they drafted him at 6. He has all the physical tools. He throws 10,000 yards down the field. He throws lasers. He can move, like, all of the things.
He's running out of excuses.
No, I agree. Like, I don't think he's lived up to it. To be fair, I don't think the teams have been that good that he's been on either. Like, I think it's kind of similar to Tua. But they've been better than the Dolphins, I think. Like, better squad around him, like the offensive line and all that stuff. Like, I think with Mike McDaniels, I think they're going to show what Justin Herbert, what everybody thought Justin Herbert was going to be. Now, do I think Justin Herbert is less than what everybody thought he was going to be? Yes. I don't think he's as good as everybody thought he was going to be. But apples to apples.
But we don't treat him like that.
No, but apples to apples. Like, you stand two quarterbacks in front of each other. One who doesn't have hips, you need him to throw, right? One who doesn't have hips is 4'5", and then you have this 6'5" Adonis dude, right, with a cannon for an arm. You draft that guy, and then if you believe in the coaches, that's what you draft that guy and you make him something, which the Chargers did. I'm pretty sure the Chargers laughed when the Dolphins took Tua.
That's fine, but at the end of the day, they still have the same amount of playoff wins.
That's fine. But I again, he hasn't had any stability either. Like, it's one of those things. Also, like, again, I don't care about Justin Herbert or anything. I'm just saying, I think this is a good situation for him to have Mike McDaniels, Harbaugh. You have a coach who just came off being fired, so I don't think he's gonna leap the next year, right? Like,
well, I mean, all it takes is one. Especially with that quarterback, right? Because if he has one year with Herbert, and Herbert, leads the league in passing or whatever, he's an MVP candidate. You better believe that he's going to get head coaching looks. That's literally all it takes in the NFL is just.
No, I agree, but I think it's. But my thing is, you also have to put it in like his position. Like, if he does what he did with Tua for the 1 year, right? It was only 1 year. It wasn't 2. If he did the 1 year,
it was 2, but Tua got hurt in the first one.
Again, baby potato head. If he does what he did with Tua with Justin Herbert, it's going to look way better with Justin Herbert. Just that guy's physical gifts are incredible, right? If he does what he does there, I think he can pick where he wants to go because of this round of coaches just went by and everybody got everybody's going to try the guy for 2 years. Like, very rarely do coaches get fired after 1 year. So everybody's going to try their guys for 2 or 3 years, which leads to Mike McDaniel probably waiting for the right job. The Vikings, one of these like middling teams, the Cowboys, the Bengals, one of those things, right? I think is what would happen. I don't think it would be like he's going to move to, the next Raiders or the Browns or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm Mike McDaniel, I'm not doing that. If he does everything we say he's going to do, then his stock is going to be crazy high. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he'll have his pick of the litter.
Yeah.
It's kind of put up or shut up for him, or for Herbert, I should say, because we're all running out of excuses, and I never really was too high on Herbert in the draft process, and he's shown all his warts that he had in college still. But at this point, like, if it doesn't happen with McDaniel, then who's it going to happen with, my boy? Like,
no, I agree. I think so. I think
we're going into year 7 in this, and this, like, it's not like we have the excuse of this or he doesn't have the right coach because you have Harbaugh. He babied him the first year and he kept him from throwing interceptions, and then the second year he unfurled a little bit more, and now Herbert's more in his element. But now, like, we have McDaniel, right? And like, we know what McDaniel's like when the chips are down, right? When all the stuff that made us pull our hair out as Dolphins fans, like, you abandon the run and you put the ball into his hands, and then bad stuff happens, and then the game snowballs. And now you have Herbert, which he's undoubtedly going to trust because he's literally the anti-Tua, right? He can make the throws and access parts of the field that Tua could not, and he's going to run the offense like he wants to. And I am waiting for the game and the opportunity for when that happens, and Charger fans can finally feel what we Dolphins fans felt for 4 years, when he runs this inexplicable play or this galaxy brain stuff in a big time moment, and I gotta have a game, and
Yeah,
everything just melts down.
I mean, I think it's unfair to be like, oh, these people when they get fired, they don't learn from their mistakes and learn from anything. I think, I'm like, give this guy a shot. Like he's got a better quarterback at the helm. I think give him. And again, not even the Tua thing is the biggest thing that I took away from Mike McDaniel's tenure here. Raheem Mostert got 18 touchdowns that year. Raheem Mostert, who was the third or fourth running back in San Francisco.
Yeah, I mean, there's no denying that his run designs are excellent, right?
Which is why I think it's going to help Herbert like huge. I think it's going to be huge, not just the quarterbacky stuff that he does. It's like the rest of the offense, the offensive line, how they move, how the running game goes. I think it's going to free him up tremendously. Now, I think that there's still some gaps in talent, mainly the running back position, but I feel like they can throw you out there and you'll get 15 touchdowns. So I think that he doesn't have the best wide receivers, even though our boy Aronde Gatson, I like him. I like him.
OG2.
Yeah, I like him. So
they got the great white hope that in Ladd,
Ladd
they drafted Omari and Hampton. It's not like they don't have weapons, they have guys.
I understand, but it's still not like go get Tyreek Hill type deal, right? Like
which still could.
Which would be interesting. I'm just saying, Jim Harbaugh, call him up. That would be great to see a quarterback.
That would be appointment television for me.
Listen to me. To get a quarterback, like every time Tua threw it down the field and Tyreek Hill caught the ball, it was like ESPN worthy because nobody thought it was going to happen. And if you look at every single one of the balls, none of them were over 40 yards. And the ones that were over 40 yards, Tyreek Hill had to come back to the ball and make an incredible catch. To have Justin Herbert arm toss Tyreek Hill the ball from his own 35 and throw it to the other 30.
Please, Chargers, make it happen.
Please.
Make it happen, Chargers.
And you know what? This is not on the list either, and I don't think we're going to get to all of our topics, but because we're on the NFL on Tyreek Hill, and we haven't talked about any landing spots because it's too early to talk about it.
Yeah, it's too early.
The Chargers is one. You know what else I like too?
The Tennessee Titans.
Tennessee Titans. Cam Ward, Tyreek Hill.
Oh, how did I know that?
I think it's...
Do I know you or do I know you?
Cam Ward is magical, and he showed flashes of that. Again, it's a bunch of Will Campbells. He has 5 Will Campbells blocking for him, right? Which is horrible. That team I feel so bad for him. I mean, I feel terrible for him because he snaps the ball and it is just everything has to be bubble screens, right? Yeah, or him doing some amazing play. But I saw him last year, like get thrown out of the pocket to the right, run away, like not get sacked somehow, like Michael Vick, and then toss the ball across his body to the left side of the field for a completion. That looked like a straight up. It was just like, that's why you take a guy number 1. Like
to a guy named DK.
Yeah. DK caught the ball, right? So I'm like, if you get Tyreek Hill for him.
Yeah, I mean, they need all the talent they can get, right? Like you have Cam Ward, but you hired a defensive coach. You brought in what's his name, Dayball, which I think was a good get.
That's a great get, I think. Yeah,
to help get some stability around Cam. Like
last
you just need to get some talent.
With the Dayball.
Get some talent around him, and we'll see what happens. But he has all the makings of he has a good head on his shoulders. He has all the arm talent in the world. He has the mobility. Like
I like it for Tennessee the most. I mean, obviously, like the Chargers is easy because Tyreek and Mike McDaniels, but I like Tennessee the most fit because I think it'll make the most benefit to their team.
Yeah.
The Giants isn't a bad one, but they already have
Malik.
What's his name? Malik, right?
Malik Neighbors.
Yeah, Malik Neighbors. So they have him, so I think it's okay. But I think the Tennessee Titans would be, besides the Chargers being exciting, but you already seen it. You know what I mean? Like, you already know what Tyreek Hill's going to do in that offense. It'd probably just be more explosive because you have a quarterback that can actually get him the ball. You know what I mean?
Right,
but I think that Cam Ward, like the ability, the best ability that Tyreek Hill has, besides his speed or whatever, he's incredible route runner, he's strong, but is when the plays break down, which we saw a ton in Kansas City, right? Because Mahomes...
The backyard ball.
Yeah, Mahomes can extend plays, and he always found Tyreek Hill. And Tyreek Hill has the speed and the skill to like get behind defenses or do whatever. Justin Herbert has the arm. I mean, Cam Ward has the ability to do that same kind of stuff, that backyard ball stuff, that will be absolutely electric in Tennessee.
Well, we got to see, man. We got to see what happens with Tyreek and how he comes back, because that was pretty gnarly.
Yeah, it's a tough injury. He was dealing with a lot already. So hopefully he comes back well, because he's one of the most exciting wide receivers ever to watch. So I hope he comes back okay. And we'll see what happens. But yeah, man, we spent so much time on the NFL where we thought we weren't going to talk about the NFL at all.
Yeah, right. And here we are.
And here we are. So let's quickly get into the other big sporting event.
All-Star Weekend, right?
All-Star Weekend. Yeah, we can start there.
This was did you watch it?
I watched some of it. I watched the some of the first game, and then I watched the what's this guy's name? Aspiration guy.
Kawhi Leonard.
Kawhi Leonard. I watched him turn back the clock and score every single one of those points.
He's
which
still
I thought was incredible.
Wants to be, man.
He's still really, really good.
He's still really good.
Also, I didn't know that they did the teams that way, where they put all the old guys on one team and all the young guys on the other team.
Yeah, they did. This is the first time I watched one in like several years.
Well, it's a brand new format, so
and they're doing this new format where they're doing like a round robin type of thing, and they do 4 separate teams, and Team World and Team US, and I liked it. I think the fact that it was in like shorter spurts, and you have guys competing for 12 minutes, makes it more engaging, as opposed to guys just running through a 48-minute game and just not giving it.
I want to say it wasn't so much the format. Like, even though the format was better, I don't want to say it was the format. I just think the players tried, and I think Anthony
Edwards, it was a higher intensity level.
Yeah, Anthony Edwards spoke to it, where it was Wemby who set the tone. Wemby came out and played hard. That made the other guys want to play hard, and he played hard. And I think that just caught on to the rest of the players. Again, it wasn't so long ago that we did the format where it was like the money for charity, and I think they have to get to like 148 points or whatever.
The Kobe thing, where you got to get to a specific number.
Yeah, LeBron. It was like the first year that LeBron and Steph Curry were on the team or something like that, and it was. I thought that was the best one, because it was like a balance of like the fun stuff in the game, but then like when it started to get closer to the score, it was just everybody was dogging out there, just out here making crazy plays, playing crazy defense. That was like one of the funnest ones I remember in recent memory. It's like 2011 or something like that. Like, it was really good. I just think it's kind of amazing how good the All-Star game is when they care.
When they give a shit, yeah.
And shout out to Wemby. Wemby's doing all the right things. He's saying the right things in the media. He's doing the right things, actually caring about the All-Star game. And that gets all the other guys to care. I think it's kind of amazing that they split the teams into the old heads and the young guys. And we saw the old guys are old in that final game. I think I turned it on right at the beginning. I stopped watching for a second. I come back to the TV, and it's like 24-9. I think it was.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this must be LeBron and them are up. Nope.
Heater, bro.
It was Anthony Edwards and those guys. What an incredible, like, I thought about it too when I was watching the Kawhi game. Like, I was like, oh, they're blowing their load right now. These old guys cannot do this again.
Yeah, they can't sustain this. No way.
They're blowing their load on the game before the game. You know what I mean? And exactly what I thought. Anthony Edwards and all the young guys just ran him out of the building.
Yeah, I mean, it was an unfortunate end. Like, it was kind of like anticlimactic, but I think it was nonetheless like refreshing. I think like to put the punctuation on the weekend, I thought it did really well, as opposed to other weekends where the game was an afterthought. By the first quarter, by midway through the first quarter, when it was like 48, to 50, everyone was kind of checked out. And I felt like this one, it was more engaging. Everyone was into it. You had different guys coming in and out, so the intensity level was just different, and I felt like they were better off for it ultimately.
It was good. I thought it was good product. It was great. I think it's the most watched All-Star game since 2011.
Yeah, good for them.
So which is good for the NBA.
Goddamn, did they need it?
Yes, they did. I thought it was great. I mean, dunk contest. I think we should just get rid of it, because if nobody's going to dunk.
Shout out to Kashad Johnson, though.
I mean, another Heat player wins another All-Star event.
Nice.
So it was good. So shout out to him. But
We're not so dead after all. Too soon?
I don't want to talk about it. Just trade Bam
soon?
and get out of my face. Now, shout out to Khalil Ware, got married over the weekend, so shout out to him.
Do you think Spo's invited to the wedding?
I didn't see any pictures with other Heat players, so I mean, I'm sure other Heat players were there, but the ones I saw on Twitter didn't see any Heat players. So
no,
I'm sure other ones
invited,
will surface. I'm sure other ones will surface, but you know, it'll show who was there and who's not, and we'll figure out where he's going next year, right? But the All-Star game was good. They definitely needed the good publicity because let me tell you something. I want you to just sit down for a second, okay?
We're going to zoom in.
Just sit down for a second.
Bring me
okay?
in.
Are you sitting?
I'm sitting.
Adam Silver.
Oh dear God. The
he
lizard
needs
man.
to get the out of here. Okay? I want him gone. David Stern would never allow any of this crap to happen. Oh, Utah Jazz, their two best players, two All-Stars. You can play 3 quarters, and the 4th quarter you'll sit. They're not even trying to hide the tanking. They're not trying to hide it. They're just saying they're not doing like the Kawhi thing. He's resting, or he's not playing, or he doesn't play any back-to-backs, or he doesn't play on Saturdays, whatever. They're not doing that. They're not even faking the injury report. They're just starting these guys and saying that's enough. Or if they're up in the half, they're not playing the 3rd or 4th quarter. Right?
And then they asked the coach Will Hardy about it, like just straight up, like, hey, did you ever think about putting Jaren Jackson and Norrie Markkinen back into the game in the 4th quarter? And he just straight out just says, no. I don't think it never crossed my mind.
I mean, it is just so blatant. And we're gonna fine him $100,000. Like that's gonna do anything,
right?
Dwayne Wade's got $100,000 in his pocket right now.
Yeah,
like it's fine. Like what are we doing? And then the more news we got about the Terry Rozier thing. Please
enlighten me because I'm not as up to date on that as you are, and like I haven't kept up with that storyline because I kind of just I've been trying just to forget that Terry Rozier is a thing.
What we know right now is Terry Rozier got suspended or whatever, right? He's on leave, blah blah. Then we got the news that his money became guaranteed, right? Because they weren't paying him,
right?
And the money came guaranteed before the trade deadline, and obviously nobody moved. Terry Rozier didn't get moved, right? But what just recently came out in the courts for the investigation, because remember, the NBA investigated Terry Rozier the year before he was traded. Well, before he was traded, he was already investigated by the NBA. The NBA made an investigation.
Nothing to see here.
And said nothing to see here, and Terry Rozier kept playing and all that stuff, right? And then he gets traded for a 1st-round pick to the Miami Heat.
Worst trade
after the investigation. Which that was part of the conversation, is Terry Rozier is getting investigated. No one's going to trade for him. Investigation's over. Nothing comes of it. Then some team trades for him for a 1st-round pick. It hurts more because of Miami Heat, but this could happen to anybody, right?
Does it?
In the investigation, there is a text message from Terry Rozier telling somebody else that he is coming out of the game early before the game happens.
For the love of Christ.
This is in the NBA investigation. That report comes out this week.
No, this is corruption.
So we already knew that the NBA knew because they already investigated him, right? We already knew there was an investigation. That was public knowledge. There was an investigation. But in the investigation, they have literal proof that Terry Rozier premeditated him coming out of a game.
Oh, this lizard man.
And Adam Silver is just like, nothing. I feel for the Miami Heat. What do you mean you feel for the Miami Heat? You're the guy that makes the rules. There's nobody. You're the guy. There's nobody else that makes the rules except for him. That's it. It stops with Adam Silver. And this guy just, you got to feel for Miami Heat. I understand, but we got to let all the facts. What let out all the facts? You did an investigation already. And you're just like, them. They get to lose everything. Oh, and then tanking? Oh, I'm going to slap you on the wrist because we should tank. And then the thing that everybody always says, all options are on the table. All options are on the table.
That's just to quell any sort of table.
This stupid Adam Silver has no spine, and that's weird because look at his long ass neck and his stupid head that looks like a cue ball.
He's reptilian.
Okay?
So maybe he doesn't have one.
He needs to be fired. And he said, oh, we need to start thinking about the money and paying customers. He's not talking about the customers. He's talking about all the sponsors who'd be like, all these TV deals. Now you got like a million partners, Amazon, NBC, ESPN. You got a bunch of people playing your games, right? And they're probably complaining like, hey, we paid all this money for this game, and we
Your guys
turn
aren't
on
playing.
the Utah Jazz game, and nobody's playing in the fucking game. And the Heat are throwing out Kashad Johnson on a dunk contest. Like, what are we doing?
And Jackson Hayes.
Jackson Hayes, my God.
By the way, what was that, man?
All he did was dunk in like a game dunk. And then what's his name? Richardson's son? Oh man, poor guy.
What to see the road? He smashed his head on the court.
I mean, that's a perfect way to describe that. If you just throw the three dunks, the Jace Richardson dunk of him hitting his head, then the Jackson Hayes dunk, and then Kashad Johnson's winning dunk is just jumping over E40 like we haven't seen that a million times before. Like, what are we doing, NBA? Adam Silver has to sit here and bribe the players to play and do $1 million tournaments and in-season tournament. Like, you think, did David Stern had to go to David Robinson and be like, hey, I'll give you $500,000 if you win something, if you try hard?
Hey, Michael, would you mind going to the All-Star game and like trying? Just give us some effort.
David Stern suspended Michael Jordan on the down low for 2 years for gambling. Okay?
Oh,
and everybody thought he went to go play baseball. Yeah, he went to go play baseball. The greatest player in the world went to go play baseball.
He wanted to honor his dad.
Yeah, guess what? I think his dad died because of Michael.
Do you think that was his father dying was also like one of these conspiracy celebrity like sacrifice things too?
No, I don't think it was a sacrifice. I think he owed money to somebody. And this is the 90s. This is how we handle Big and Tupac are dead. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh.
Because it wasn't
that's like a different level.
No, but he was murdered. Like that's like the cause of death. Like it wasn't a secret that he was murdered. Right? It's not a secret that he was murdered. But why was he murdered? Like a random mugging? I don't think so.
Michael Jordan's dad? Like,
yeah.
If you're gonna mug anyone, you're gonna mug, the guy that's worth $1 billion.
Right. So, look, I think Adam Silver needs to get fired. I don't think he will.
He's a
because the money keeps going up on all these TV deals, and he's just not doing anything to advance the game or do anything like that. And the NBA sucks. And by the way, this whole player empowerment that started with LeBron doing whatever the bleep he wants anywhere is like
your fault, man.
Under Adam Silver's watch. And now we have this shit where James Harden moves 450 times a year. Every 2 years he's in a new place. You know what I'm saying? LeBron holds teams hostage. Kawhi holds teams hostages. Like, it's just, what are we doing in the NBA?
Yeah.
The product.
And it's a shame too, right? I saw a graphic regarding the OKC 3 with Harden, Durant, Westbrook, and how the three of them combined have played for like 16 teams.
Yeah,
and they've essentially become superstar journeymen. And it's like, wow, I hadn't really thought of it in that sense. I was like, man, it's true. Like, because you think about it, like all of them have played for 5+ teams. And granted, like their careers have been longer, and like they've been lucky enough to like play such careers. But even then, like for guys that are as decorated as those three, like you don't expect dudes to be putting on like 6 different jerseys.
No,
when you're Hall of Fame good, like you typically don't wear that many jerseys, or you don't switch teams the way that these.
No, it should be like a max of 2 teams. Honestly, like it should be where you got drafted, you take it as far as you go, and then you move somewhere else, and then that's where you stay. Not the LeBron thing where he moved to Miami for a reason. He came to Miami for the reason of like, I need to learn how to win. And Dwayne Wade taught him how to win, and so did Pat Riley, and so did Spo.
But even with LeBron, he's played 2 decades, right? And he's played for 4 teams. So it's not the same thing because when you consider like the longevity of his career.
Yeah.
Guys like Westbrook and Harden, Westbrook is one on his 8th team, 9th team, or whatever it is.
His is more understandable because of the type of player he is. Like
Yeah.
everybody knew that his game will not age well because he was never a good shooter. Like he shoots like 30% from three or something all time. Like he was never going to do that. So for him, it was like the Carmelo Anthony thing at the end, right? But for him, I think it was going to be more feasible that he was going to move to more teams because of his age and how this game would age. But Harden and Durant, I mean,
That's today's league, man. What player empowerment.
So yeah, I don't know, man. It's just Adam Silver needs to go. I hate the product of the game that I love so much.
Lizard man out.
Yeah, I think he needs to go. The cue ball needs to go. So yeah, I mean, we're far in time, but let's finish up real quickly on something more positive. The Winter Olympics.
The Winter Olympics.
The Winter Olympics. I've watched a little
controversial. The controversial Winter Olympics.
Yeah, I mean, I've watched a little bit. I always watch certain things. Like I like the hockey, which is always fun, and I like curling. What an incredible sport!
Yes.
I watched a little bit of the decathlon or whatever. I don't know what it is. The one where the girls are on skis and they're like walking around on skis and then they have a gun in their back and they have to stop and shoot and then do another lap, come back, stop and shoot, whatever that one is. I watched a little bit of that.
Wow.
I like the slalom, the downhill slalom. Where, what's her name? Lindsey Vonn destroyed her leg. By the way, not worth it, Lindsey Vonn. I just saw today that she got back to America and she hasn't walked yet because she's been bedridden. And I don't know if you saw the picture of like...
Yeah, she shattered her leg.
The contraption that she can't move. I'm like, not worth it. And maybe when you tore your ACL, you should have been...
Though, right? Like, she's an incredible Olympian. She went out on her terms. Like, I have nothing but respect for her. And it's not always the victor that captures the heart of the people, right? As the saying is.
It's even nice to walk,
But you know what? She tore her ACL and she's like, you know what? Bleep this. I'm going to go out on my terms. And you saw her in the gym, working on a torn ACL, man. Like, this stuff takes...
She's an incredible athlete.
This stuff takes, like, world athletes out.
And, I mean, the sport that she does is literally all knees. Like, literally all knees. Just impact and impact and impact on your knees. Incredible that she did any running after the ACL.
Amazing.
Incredible. So, shout out to her. But, my God, that was just a horrific injury. So, hopefully she gets better soon. But also, Snoop Dogg, he's everywhere where he's not supposed to be. He's with white people, he's with black people, he's with Spanish people. He's everywhere. He's just out here living his best life. I never thought that I would see Snoop Dogg, the gangster rapper, like be out here in the Olympics.
So mainstream.
White people. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of insane.
Yeah.
But let's talk about the biggest story in all the Winter Olympics. Lindsey Vonn, who cares? JD Vance getting booed, who cares? Curling. Canada gets accused of cheating from the guy from Sweden.
Those damn cheaters.
And the Canada guy was like, bleep off to the Swedish guy. I saw the video, sir. Canada.
4K.
We're going to take away your Canada and get you back to Canada. That I saw the guy push the stone. Push the stone after he releases it. That is cheating, sir, in that incredible sport that, by the way, is only about integrity because I watched the video about curling and the history of curling, and the stones are made only on one island in some country. I don't remember where it was. Don't ask me.
Yeah.
They, by the way, did you know that they keep score on their own?
Like they write it in like a notepad?
No, like everything about keeping score is like the players. Like everything is just sportsmanship and trust that they're gonna.
So there's no board, there's no arbiter.
I mean, they have refs and stuff obviously in the thing, but like they concede stuff. They just go like, all right, this one's closer, all right, cool, and they just decide amongst themselves, and that's it. Like it's not, and they always shake hands at the end of every game. Like always, like you know how the college and all stuff does shake hand lines or whatever,
right?
Like they shake hands. It is just a part of the tradition about how cordial everything is in that sport. And I don't know why sliding a stone every 4 years gets me hyped. And then somebody taking a Swiffer to the ice with a Brillo pad under it.
Which I still don't know what it does.
It's friction, buddy. It causes friction. They either make it go faster or go slower, right? By removing.
So does the friction make it go faster or slower?
Don't ask me those kind of questions. I believe that if you brush it, like you do the friction, it removes the impediment of the stone on the ice, and it glides faster, right? It glides longer, right? And not only that, they have to release, so they have to slide, release the stone, and when they release the stone, they have to turn it in a direction so it can go in a curve to where it needs to go. And all this crazy pinpoint accuracy and the strategy it takes to, like, oh, you got to knock this guy's stone out of there or try to get this stone closer, whatever. It's kind of an insane sport. And I don't know why it's so exciting. And I love hearing the people yell, yep, yep, to them to rush. Yep, 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 yep. No, stop. I love that. It's kind of incredible.
Just, edge of their seat stuff, man.
I mean, I don't know why it's good, but it's like, when we watch the Olympics, like, do we care about people swimming? No, but it's kind of exciting watching us do swim. Do I care about gymnastics? No, but you know what I love? Watching this black girl sit out here and do a triple 50 Lindy or whatever it's called and land it. That's what I like. Or the guys on the rings. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I love that shit. I don't know why I do, but I do. So curling is like that for me. I like it. And it's been super exciting. And I can't believe that in such a high integrity sport, these fucking Canadians are out here.
The Canadians of all people, right? Like, you would think, oh man, it's the Russians, but the Russians are already banned, and so you have the
Canadians out here cheating.
The Canadians,
and they weren't the only ones. I think another women's team, the women's side, also cheated.
The women's Canadian team.
I mean, Canadians are a bunch of cheaters.
They had us fooled, man.
I think Bad Bunny should release a statement saying that he takes back the Canada in the Super Bowl halftime show that's bringing so much joy to the Canadians. Because you can't come to the Winter Olympics, right? A place to bring the world together through sport, right? World peace through sport, okay? And fuck with the integrity of that by cheating and curling. You saw what we did to Russia. We took them out of everything.
Yeah. No hockey. Nothing.
No, nothing.
No Summer Olympics. No Winter Olympics.
Nothing. They took the guys out of F1. They took them everywhere. Everyone's gone. All they're doing is sitting at home here in sunny Isles in their in their condos.
They all came in a sunny Isles.
Okay? The oligarchs. You know what I'm saying? They didn't move.
Vladimir's in the sunny Isles, just watching it on TV.
Yeah. So, it's kind of, I'm very disappointed in Canada. I can't believe you guys are cheating in curling. And they're cheating in hockey.
They're cheating in hockey because they're just loaded. And it's not fair.
I had this pulled up because I wanted to go over the team of hockey, right?
We're going to do the thing?
The Canadian team, okay?
We're going to do the thing where we just name the lineup. I
just want to say this. Their starting lineup is Celebrini on the left, McDavid and Tom Wilson on the right. Okay? Then you go to the second line, Nathan McKinnon's on it with Brandon Hagel, right? Then the third line is Sidney Crosby and Mitch Marner. And then the fourth line is Horvat and Reinhart. Reinhart is on the fourth line. And then they have
You haven't even mentioned Sam Bennett.
Sam Bennett is the fourth line defensive pairing.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
He's a fourth liner defensive pairing.
You're so deep at forward that you have a Conn Smythe winner playing D on your fourth line.
On the fourth line. And then a power play happens. And they're throwing out on the power play. Brian, who's it going to be? Connor McDavid as your center or Nathan McKinnon, probably the two best centers in all hockey? No. We'll just throw out one of the GOATs, Sidney Crosby at center.
Yeah, just throw in Sid the Kid,
One of the best power play scorers in the last 5 years, Sam Reinhart on the left. Oh, for sure it's going to be Connor McDavid. No, we'll play Nathan McKinnon on the right. Oh, okay, so I guess McDavid didn't make it. That's weird. He's the best player in hockey or whatever. Who's going to play defense? Cale Makar, the greatest defensive player in the league right now. And then Connor McDavid can play on the back line with him. That's their power play unit.
Just an embarrassment.
That's NHL embarrassing. 95 hockey, cheating.
It's embarrassing.
It's ridiculous. Celebrini's on the second line with Mitch Marner. Mitch Marner's playing defense. He's on the back line.
And the USA team is just, I think they left out they left out on the USA squad 3 of the top 5, like U.S. goal scorers off the
Yeah.
team.
It's
So you're like,
just
okay,
the
we're gonna do that, and where's your scoring coming from? Like, what do you expect to just line up with the Canadians and just like outgrit them for a game? Like, you're just
I
gonna
don't
get
know.
into a rock fight and do it? Like, because if it works, I mean, my God, hats off to you. But if it doesn't, we're gonna have some conversations.
It's not great. And I want to close on one other thing that I saw today on Twitter, and this is just a today thing that I saw, that, because the Panthers are bad, and I don't think we're going to make the playoffs because we are just absolutely injured, and it's totally understandable after 3 straight years
Of going to the finals, yeah.
of going to the finals and then only having a month off and then having to play the season again. I understand all their bodies are broken. Everybody's hurt. Bobrovsky's been horrible, right? But I saw Bobrovsky, people are interested in Bobrovsky if he's going to be traded, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the Edmonton Oilers were interested in Bobrovsky.
Of course they are.
I'm just saying, you swap Bobrovsky and McDavid. That's all I'm just saying.
No, they're
I'm
not
going to throw
do
that out there. You do Bobrovsky.
That's preposterous, man. Come
You
on.
throw
be serious.
McDavid. McDavid makes a stink after
Be
this
for
year because they're
real.
not going anywhere either. They're not going to go anywhere either. McDavid makes a stink this offseason. He loses his shit after he gets bounced in the second round or in the Western Conference Finals. He makes a stink. The only logical thing, so you don't lose him, because no one's going to trade Celebrini or no one's going to train these young guys. You go fix. It's never a good thing to trade McDavid, right? It's trading Luka. It's not going to happen well. But if he makes a stink, then it's fine. And Edmonton Oilers fans will be like, all right, he's going to leave like Gretzky left, right?
I don't think he makes a stink, though. That's not
I'm
not
just
in him.
saying, if he does, Connor, if you want to listen, just listen to me, Connor. You get to walk around on the street. Nobody knows who the hell you are. You live by the beach all day. Look at the damn parades, the 2 parades that you saw back to back on the beach. Incredible.
Okay, but what's the point of trading McDavid to get Bobrovsky?
I'm just saying there's not a point, but I'm saying if McDavid wants to get out, okay, Edmonton, just call Florida, get your goalie, right? Get your $6-7 million goalie.
It doesn't work if you have to give up McDavid.
Take Bobrovsky, and we send you Sam Samoskevich and some other shit,
Samoskevich.
Rodriguez or whatever.
It's the guy that we don't know if the Panthers are going to keep.
It's some picks, and you get your goalie. You get a player of the future. You get
For
a
the
player
best
right
for
now.
the best player of all time, arguably.
Yeah, something small. Just saying, it's out there.
Yeah.
It's out there.
It's
If
out
Connor
there.
wants to
Yeah,
come,
it's out there.
hey, he's due for an extension.
Maybe the Dolphins can trade Tua for what? Josh Allen?
I'll be honest, Connor McDavid might be a better quarterback than Tua.
He doesn't even play the sport, buddy. All right, that's our cue to get out of here.
Just think about it, Connor.
I've had enough of you for today.
Think about it. Tua's the worst quarterback we've ever seen. I'm glad that I'm right again for another year.
Not when you're a fan of this franchise.
I've always been right though.
I watched Ray Lucas play
and Cleo Lemon.
and Cleo Lemon.
Man, I thought Sage Rosenfels. No, that wasn't him. I thought John Beck was going to be good.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, me too. I had high hopes for John Beck, but he was actually one of the biggest disasters. If we want to talk about really bad quarterbacks, huh?
Deion Jordan, pick number 3.
Yeah, pick number 3. That whole draft class was yeesh.
But I thought he was going to be good because I remember I went to the preseason and I had this is back when I had season tickets, in the 80s or whatever the fuck this was.
Right.
Deion Jordan gets drafted.
When we were still playing at Pro Player.
No. Oh, it wasn't called Pro Player, but it was called, what was it called?
Oh, it was the Orange Bowl.
No, it was Pro Player. Was it Pro Player? I don't know. But anyways, who cares? I go to the game and we have tickets to watch the game from the field. Where you're standing up behind the sideline.
Right, You're on the field.
Yeah, I'm on the field, I'm behind the bench.
Uh-huh.
Right? And they have 2 sections, you can walk all along behind the bench and they have a section to the right, the end zone or whatever. So I'm in that section and out comes the defense and I'm all excited because we just took this guy at number 3 from Oregon who looked incredible. And he goes out to the field and he is taller and bigger than everybody else on the field. And I'm like, oh, this guy's going to be good. I mean, you see those massive fucking human beings and you're like, there's one guy bigger than all of them.
There's something about you being bamboozled in a draft that, I was a proponent for Deion Jordan too. I was like, this is a sexy pick, bring it on. And just to hear you being just as bamboozled as I was by that pick,
It was, and I mean, I saw him in person. I'm like, there's
it
no
does
way
bring
this
me
guy's
joy.
not good. It was like when the only thing I can compare him to was when Jadeveon Clowney was in South Carolina, and you saw this guy play who was 10 times bigger than
Yeah, he was
everybody
just
else,
a freak.
bigger, stronger, faster. And I hated the fact that he needed to play another year in college. Like, he was ready for the NFL in his sophomore year of college. Like, he was
Right.
ready for the NFL with that body. Like, the dude was just built, stacked, everything. And that's how Deion Jordan looked to me in the NFL. But then he had to actually play football. If he didn't play football and you just looked at pictures of Deion Jordan or him warming up with the team, you're like, that's the greatest defensive player of all time.
Right.
And it was
This guy with in training camp looks like $1 million.
Oh, he looks the part. If I just put that guy in I bet you right now to this day, he's probably like 40 something years old. I don't care. You put it right now to this day, you put him in a uniform, I bet you he still looks like a top five pass rusher. That guy looked incredible, and he was awful.
He's coaching some directional school right now. Shout out to him.
Jake Long, man, I'm just so tired of it.
But better days are ahead, buddy. Better days are ahead.
That's not true. 26 years in a row, we're bad.
We got John Eric Sullivan at the helm now.
Oh my God.
Or as I like to call him Jonetti.
But yeah, let me tell you something. Stop it. No more hope peddling. Okay,
I'm not peddling.
You're peddling hope. With
Peddling,
I love
all I'm
John
saying
Eric
is that
Sullivan.
better days are ahead.
There's no better days ahead.
Better days
None.
are ahead because they literally cannot get worse, right?
Sir,
26
we've been back
years,
for
right?
26 years. We say this every few years. It cannot get worse. Guess what? It gets worse.
But it hasn't gotten worse. It's just been the same. That's the problem with this team. It's been the same.
There it is. 26 years and you're
It
still
get
not
worse.
Up.
They
I don't
don't.
get it.
This team does not bottom out.
This team is bad. No matter what. No matter what
We'll,
you say. It's one
we'll
of the
be
worst
back
teams.
here in like 6 months' time, and after they win 8 games, and I told you so, and we'll readdress.
There is no I told you so until they win a playoff game. That is just
Yeah, but there's no
period, end of
expectations
story.
this year.
Huh?
Everyone's expecting them to win 3 games next year.
I know, but they're going to win 7 or 8. We know that. They're the Miami Dolphins. They do not do things correctly. They're the Miami Heat, where they decide, no, you know what? We'll play hard against the Bulls, and let's not go get a Cooper flag. Let's go get stomped in the first round. That's who the Miami Dolphins are. Let's not tank all the way. Let's just get 7 to 8 wins and miss the playoffs anyways. When
But if
half
they get
of the
7 to 8
teams make
wins
the
in
playoffs.
first year,
Half
like,
of the teams make the playoffs in that sport, and they still go, you know what? We want to be right under the half that makes the playoffs and not makes the playoffs, and then we don't draft anybody, and then we waste our pick on Ted Ginn. Anyways, everybody like and subscribe so I can feel better about my life.
like and subscribe. We're really bad at this, but yes, like and
Comment,
subscribe.
like, subscribe. It helps
tell
us
us we're
out
really
a ton. You know, share us, do whatever. Tell us to your friends. Show like, hey, look at these 2 idiots talking about anything. Comment, interact with us on Twitter, on everything, Facebook,
2 bleeps
2 bleeps.
on all our socials.
At 2 bleeps. Comment on our YouTube videos. We would love to hear from you guys. What you guys want us to talk about. How right I am about the Dolphins. How Chris is wrong about the Dolphins. Love to hear that stuff, okay?
They're gonna be in the hunt.
And they're always in the hunt with 4 games left.
They're gonna be in the hunt.
They're always in that graphic, 7 and 9 in the hunt.
In the hunt.
I hate you. All right, buddy.
But for year 1, it's not bad. I'll see you next time, buddy.
Bye, guys.
Bye.